Hi everyone, welcome to a year ahead reading of the Ocean Oracle. I'm Sue Marty, creator of the deck, and what I'd like to do is just a 3-card spread, pretty simple. The first card will be kind of the focus of the year ahead, like what we're going to bring into it. The second card is what has informed that, or what's kind of brought it to this place, and then the third card is what's going to help us moving forward into 2019. It's kind of an overarching energy for the year and some of the kind of lessons and messages we might expect. So for this one, I'm gonna spread out the deck. So with our intention of, okay, a card for the main energy, a card for what has informed it so far, and a card for what's gonna help. Oops, all right. I'm not quite sure how this is gonna work. I don't think I'm gonna be reading them all because that's gonna just be too long. So, so kind of the key energy or word for 2019 is integrity. That's 25 Rosa Rugosa, integrity. And then what's kind of hindering that or informing it from this previous year? Feminine wisdom, number 1, sand dollar. It's interesting because I don't know as if we've even gotten that one during the last year for the reading. And what is going to help, or the energy that will be helping us stay in our integrity? Number 6, sandpiper, persistence. Kind of love that. That's kind of funny. So I'll read through briefly. So if we look at integrity, let's see. So this story, you know, it's about, so she's wandering down a path. She comes to a place where she has to make a decision. Should she go right? Should she go left? Should she stay straight? And she kind of knows it's not so much which path she chooses, but the important thing is actually choosing a path. And this can really factor in into this coming, like this new year of, you know, if 2018 was about kind of challenges and stories and working through stuff to kind of learn lessons and move forward, then this is kind of a perfect energy for 2019 in standing in your integrity to make your decisions and not being so concerned which path, but actually just choosing a path. Because it's quite easy, I mean, it's not quite easy. It's one thing to be standing there knowing, you know, I've got these options in front of me. Which one do I take? And you spend so much time kind of weighing up the pros and cons of each one that kind of that opportunity could actually like pass you by or no longer be valid by the time you make a decision. And it's that energy of flow of you presented with these options, and by choosing one, you're going with that flow and you wander down that path and you see what it brings. And sometimes it comes to a dead end and you need to turn around and take a different path. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's actually kind of looking inside, trusting your intuition and your integrity to move you down the right path for the right time. And the messages with this one, is your integrity being challenged? Is there a thorn in your side? Something to keep your focus off the path before you? Go into your heart and pick your path. Have the integrity to follow through, but know that other paths may open up. That's also a thing, is like one road isn't usually just one long road. There's often like roads and divisions off it. And you may find that you're traveling down one and you need to go another direction. Paths can change, and that is not a comment on the integrity of your truth. Only you know what path is right for you at any one time. People may question your integrity when you change your mind, but change is valid and so is your truth. So overall energy 2019 is checking in with yourself, moving from your integrity, and being okay with the path that you're choosing. But the important thing is to follow a path. Okay, and so kind of what has informed that is number one, sand dollar, feminine wisdom. And this is interesting because a lot of people say, and it kind of feels that way, that feminine energy is kind of, you know, we've really been in this patriarchal, male-dominated energy culture for, you know, thousands of years. And so the feminine energy is kind of rising. You know, the masculine is about doing, the feminine is about being. The masculine is about, you know, outcomes and tangible stuff, and the feminine is about the journey and the intangibles. And so a little bit of this story is she walked the beach wondering what she was going to do. She was being asked to do something which was incongruent with her heart, although in her head the request seemed reasonable. She was struggling with the disparity between her head and heart, and was unclear of which to trust. Her thoughts were brought back to the present as she now focused on something half buried in the sand. She stopped to uncover what lay beneath, a perfectly formed sand dollar. She held it in her hand, drawn to the intricate pattern of the five-pointed star. She remembered reading that the sand dollar was symbolic to the Christian faith, but she also remembered it was symbolic of the feminine. Could it be symbolic to both and serve both equally? And so she held the sand dollar, and she realized that it represented all the feminine wisdom available from all the ages. She needed to trust in the power and wisdom of the divine feminine to guide her in her journey. And so this is pretty common. You know, our head is telling us one thing, our heart is telling us another. And we've really been moving from our headspace a lot, forever, say. And again, that's a really masculine energy and a masculine space to move from. And I think as we move into 2019 and moving into this integrity, the energy of integrity, is actually tapping into your heart. And what does your heart want? And kind of listening from that space, from here instead of from here. Because this is always going to be chattering at you. But this, you know, if you can get into your heart, you kind of really get this strong sense of what you want to do and what path you want to take. When you're, you know, you're given the choice of paths, take a breath, go into your heart and choose. And so some of the messages of Sand Dollar: are you being asked to trust your head over your heart? Trust the delicate and intricate details which surround you and nourish your soul. Are you too much in your head? Shift your focus to your heart and embrace the power of the feminine. Go deep within yourself to find what the symbolism of the feminine means for you. Is there fear in this space? If so, what is feeding that fear? The Sand Dollar reminds you of the abundance in feminine wisdom. You are able to tap into the energy and resources of the divine feminine. Quiet the mind and still the heart to open to answers which are formed from the intuitive parts of you. And so this is really going to help inform how we move forward with integrity. And what's also going to help us to be there is persistence. And those sandpipers, I don't know if you've ever watched them, they are some of the most persistent birds, and they are really joyful to watch in how they just keep going after what they want. And let's see, so with this, nothing was kind of, she was sitting on the beach, nothing was kind of making much sense. She didn't know, she felt lost. And as she watched the sandpipers, she realized that she was worried what others might think of her actions. This is again like, what is the outside gonna think of my choices? She sensed that as long as she was persistent in pursuing what she was after, it did not matter how it looked to anyone else. And this goes along with that integrity in choosing a path. It's like you need to do it for yourself. It may not make sense to anyone. It may not make sense even in your own head, but your heart is moving you in the right direction. And so the message is with Sandpiper, are you using all your abilities? Could you be using them differently? Is your persistence reaping the rewards and benefits you need, desire, or seek? Do not give energy to worrying about what others may think. It is ultimately up to you. With a clear focus, move with persistence towards your goal by whatever means nurtures and sustains you. So, it's a really positive reading. Sorry, I keep looking over here to just kind of get an idea again of not kind of showing up. So, theme of 2019 is moving with integrity down your path, and you're gonna get support from that feminine side in each of us. Men have the feminine side as well. And it may require a little bit of persistence and trust and faith. And it is really about you and going into your heart and really what that is calling for you. So pretty powerful and pretty lovely messages for the energies of 2019. Just feels really kind of calm and gentle to me, and also really supportive of our internal processes and helping us clear away what we think we should do and actually open up paths of what we really, our desire is, our real heart's desire. So this will be on the website at theoceanoracle.com. It'll be below the weekly reading on that page. And I'll try to encapsulate again the interpretation. The stories won't be there, just kind of the interpretation and the cards. So thank you for having a listen. Happy 2019. I'm feeling a little more calm kind of going into it. I think after 2018 being a little bit turbulent, just kind of seems like it will be hopefully a really sweet ease into the gifts and journeys of 2019. Thanks for listening.